What is going on, guys? It's your boy Kybalord, and I'm back with another video, baby. And this time it is, of course, the girls are back, Sky Striker, baby. And we managed to go undefeated at locals this past weekend. It was a very competitive locals. There was a lot of decks. There was Kashtira, there was Salaman Great with the new support. There was Danger Dark World. There was Bestials, everything going around, trap tricks even, but we managed to secure the win. Round one was against Danger Dark World, which I'd never played against, and I found out game 3 that they could basically just keep looping unless you've got an interruption. Round 2 we went up against Labyrinth, which was honestly an easy matchup. We are playing a lot of back row hate, a lot of board breakers. Round 3 was against trap tricks, and it was sort of like the same as Labyrinth. Like we are playing a lot of back row hate, we are playing a lot of board breakers, and honestly Thrust is just an insane card, and like I will explain as to why you definitely want to play Thrust. I see a lot of people like cutting off Thrust obviously because of the price tag, but trust me, it is worth the price tag. The final was a toss format final at locals. It was against Salaman Great with their new support. Shout out to Steven, he is an insanely good player. But luckily the girls and I managed to bag the win in game 3. Hayate for game. You gotta love the classics. So if you enjoyed the video at any time, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Now let's get started with Sky Striker.
Stardust, Black Rose, no hope, life low. Alright, I'm set, I got my deck. I'm about to head to my homie crib next. I got a brand new combo with some chicks. I'm about to burn them for 8,000 quick. Got it on standby so you can't draw. Main face ain't shit, go to your school face, that mean you lost.
Hi, make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
So starting off with the main deck, of course we're playing 3 copies of the main girl, 3 Sky Striker, Ace Ray. This is everyone's go-to banish when they're playing against Sky Striker. So we don't like Ray being banished as she's our main girl. We are playing 1 Rose. 1 Rose is more than enough, even if you're playing Pot of Desires. Like, life is a risk, so you don't want to play 2. Definitely not 3. That's going to be Brick City. Rose was really clutch game 3 against Salaman Great as I opened it in my opening hand, and then I broke the board, normal summoned Rose, and then I just comboed off from there. So 1 is more than enough, and remember, she's mainly just linkage dump material, so the one you want is our girl Ray. For hand traps, we are playing the all reliable 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and we are still playing Droll and Lockbird. It's sort of like the format's in a really weird place because we're sort of exiting a format and we're entering a new format. We are waiting for a ban list soon, hopefully, around this September time, October time. So will we get one? I don't know. Will we get engaged to 3? Fingers crossed. So 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 3 Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird is still doing a lot in this format, so you definitely want to be main decking it. The last 3 we are playing is the 3 Infinite Impermanence. I mean, Infinite Impermanence is just Infinite Impermanence. You're always going to want to play it. I have seen people play Effect Veiler, but I don't know, with people ending on Baron, people having more monster negates, like, I don't know, if Effect Veiler is kind of like, to me. I did main deck 2 when I was testing, but last minute I cut it off for what did I actually add? I added some board breakers, which was Lightning Storm, so Lightning Storm was really clutch, so I do not regret cutting Effect Veiler. So that is it for hand traps. 9. When I first started this build, I built it literally the night before locals. I grabbed literally like 15-20 hand traps, and I was like, all right, that's half of the deck done, and then I'm just gonna add Sky Striker cards. But when I was hand testing and everything, I was like, I definitely need to cut some hand traps, as I was literally just opening hand traps, and that's not good because we can get OTK'd. So for the Sky Striker spells, we are playing 3 Widow Anchor. I cannot express how many matches this card has won me. Like, it is just insane. The fact that we've always had it at 3, well, we still have it at 3. The OCG's had it at 2 for a while. This card is just, it wins you games. We've got the 3 linkage. Remember, This is our go to for OTK, you really want to calculate what you do, as if you do mess up a step with the linkage combo, you're basically screwed. You want to normal summon Ray, obviously go Hayate dump Rose, so you've got that light and that dark, and then they get the 1k boost. I did manage to OTK with linkage a few times this past weekend, so it was really, really good. I see people playing 2. Do not play 2, please, please, please. Especially if you're playing Pot of Desires, you definitely want to play 3 as you want to open it. You want that in your opening hand along with Ray. We're playing the mighty powerful Engage. Just move these out the way. To Engage, honestly, the most broken card in Sky Striker, one of the most broken cards in the game. Will we get it to 2? Please, Konami. 3's not going to do anything to, like, it's not going to be super meta impactful, but, I mean, we can have it at 3. 2 multi-roll, you do not want to play 3. It is not 2019. 2 is more than enough, and, I mean, you can even get away with 1. I didn't really rely on this except for my matchup against Dark World and like for 1 turn during Salaman Great before I got popped. But I mean, I don't know. 2 was all right. Playing 1 might be in the question, but not 3. We're playing Board Breakers. We're playing the 2 Afterburners. We're playing the 1 Shark Cannon. We're playing the 1 Hornet Drones, which this is the option to get banned if Engage comes back to 3. Otherwise, Sky Striker will become very, very splashable. We're playing the 1 Area 0. I cut this down to 1 just so I could add more Board Breakers. Because, I don't know, I feel like we're in a format where you just have to clear the board because your opponents end on monster negates. They don't really end on spell or trap negate. So you want to break boards and then you want to try and deal as much damage and then just sit on your Sky Striker spells. For draw power, we're playing the 2 triple tactics thrust. I was playing this at 3. Honestly, it was really, really bricky. Along with the next card, which is Triple Tactics Talents. I was playing 3 and 2, but it was honestly such a brick. A lot of people are learning how to play, or like more calculating how to play around thrust against talents. So they try not to trigger anything during your turn. So 2 was more than fine. They got sided out every single game 2 when I was made to go first, because I was like, well, that's going to be quite useless because our opponent's not really going to activate a lot, especially if they already know you're playing it. And then Talents, I did not resolve it once this weekend, so it's still going to stay at 1 because it's still a good card, like if you pop off any of the effects. But Thrust was more clutch, as I said at the start of the video, it gets you access to your Engage, to all your like Board Breakers, Change of Heart, reinforcements. So 2, you can get away with 3, but as I said, 3 I find it really, really bricky. For thrust targets, we are still playing the Change of Heart. We're playing 1 Reinforcements of the Army. Board Breakers, we're playing the 2 Lightning Storm. We're playing 2 Raigekis. We're playing 1 Dark Hole. And the Harpy's Feather Duster for the back row hate. These are all searchable by Triple Tactic Thrust. So I'll put talents there. So those 2 little cards can get you access to all of that if you want to break boards, if you want to pop the back row, if you want to steal a monster, if you want to search your Ray if you didn't open it. It literally gets you access to anything. Raigeki, Lightning Storm were just absolute clutch, breaking boards and then just popping off your Sky Striker combos. So as I said, you definitely want to get thrusts, as it's gonna get hit one day. And like someone said at locals, like, this card should not exist, and then that round I confirmed as to why it shouldn't exist, because I activated Thrust, added Engage, and then just popped off and managed to OTK. So it's a silly card. It's a silly card, but we do enjoy silly broken cards. The last 2 cards, these were a last minute addition. And I believe this is actually what I cut for Valor, the 2 Book of Moon, because I was like, wait a minute, we still have Kashtira in the format, it's still topping, so I want something to sort of deal with that. Luckily, I didn't play against any Kashtira, and honestly, Book of Moon, I feel like this was like a flop in this build, because I did not resolve it once. I didn't want to resolve it once, and I don't feel like I needed it. This could have easily been like a Ghost Spell or a Nibiru or something else, but a lot of people are playing around Nibiru, so that was something else cut off. They got sided out every single game 2, and they didn't come back in for game 3. So Book of Moon is If Cash goes, I think books are gonna go. So I don't know. That's there for food for thought. That is it for the main deck. We are playing 41 cards. We're not playing Desires. We're not playing Pot of Prosperities. We do not need pot drop power. Thrusts and tactics are enough. For the extra deck, we are playing the 3 Hayate. We are playing the 3 Kagari, the 3 Shizuku, the 1 Kaina, the 1 Azealia, and the 1 Zeke. So that is your standard Sky Striker lineup. Please do not play 2 Hayate. Like, if you can OTK, like, you won't be able to OTK 8 out of 10 times, so you are going to go for the grind game. And honestly, trust me, Hayate will win you games, because sometimes you just need that last push for damage and your opponent's got a full on board. Hayate can swing directly, so I want to say she's one of the main ones you want at 3 right now. So Zeke, you do not need 2. You've got Azealia. Azelia's a pop. Zeke's a banish. So I did go into 2 Azealia. I actually went into it versus Lab because I'd already used my Zeke. And Zeke was very, very clutch against Salaman Great, as it was just go on, target, banish. And against Dark World as well. So you just got to make sure they don't have that Balinx engrave. That was quite annoying. Generic links, we are playing the 1 Nightmare Phoenix and the 1 Nightmare Unicorn. I did not go into these at all. They were just there as like fill-in space. As I said, I did build this literally the night before locals, and I was just like, I need 2 more. What do I play? So Phoenix and Unicorn, and I mean, I have nice rarity, so what more to pick as filler space than these 2. And the last one is Access Code Talker. Yes, we can still OTK with Access Code Talker, steal something with Change of Heart, Widow Anchor, Tactic Talents. I always say this. I say this every Sky Striker video, but do not cut Access Code Talker. You might still need him at some point. But I luckily did not go into him at all this weekend. It was all grind games, and it was OTKs with linkage. So that is it for the extra deck. Of course, our standard 15 cards that we are allowed to have. Now, moving on to the side deck. Side deck, we are playing 3 Sea Turtle Kaiju. I did not side these in at all. They were mainly here because obviously I'm afraid of big boss monsters. I don't know, the Baron. There is a Blue Eyes player which just ends on Chaos Max, and other than, I don't know, we've got no out to that other than Kaijus. I don't know, it's just for like those big scary monsters, Avermax, all that, but I luckily didn't need them at all. I didn't even think of siding them, so I feel like we're safe to say that Kaijus can now come out of the Sky Striker build. Hand traps, we're playing the 2 Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion, and the 2 DD Crow. Now, Ghost Spell, I mainly thought Runic, Bestials, they want to banish our Ray. She got sided in every single game. And then DD Crow was honestly what won me most of my matchups. Salaman Great when they tried adding Circle. Danger Dark World when they tried looping from Grave. Labyrinth when they tried special summoning from Grave. It was just honestly really, really clutch. I might bump up DD Crow to 3, and I might bump up Ghost Spell up to 3, but as I said, we're sort of like transitioning into the next format, so we're going to wait a ban list, see what decks are better, and then obviously we adjust our side deck to that. But honestly, DD Crow and Ghost Spell, I'd say MVPs this whole weekend. They got me the win. More back row hate. We're playing the 2 Cosmic Cyclone and the 1 Twin Twisters. Now, I opted for the Twin Twisters over the Cosmic Cyclone because I was thinking game 3, I don't really want to pay that 1k life point commit and then just basically lose in time. So I went for Twin Twisters because obviously we can get rid of 2. We've already got Harpy's Feather Duster. We got Lightning Storms, but I wanted something quick play. So I went just Duster. If we come up against Lab, sided in, you get to pop 2. But when I did draw Twisters, or when I did want to side it in, I never really had spare cards, like cards in hand that I could spare to discard. So I was like, so I just never sided it in for that specific reason, because I never had anything spare that I could use as discard. So I might just switch it for the 3rd Cyclone. To Two other cards we played were the Dimensional Barrier. Did not side these in at all. I didn't need to. Again, I was against Danger Dark World, Labyrinth, Trap Trick, Salamagrade. Like, Dimensional Barrier is just useless against them. And the card that was extremely clutch against Salamagrade, that has been clutch since like years ago, is that there can be only one. A lot of people are asking for this card to be limited, banned even, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Honestly, there can be only one, was just extremely clutch against Salamagrade. Like, I don't even have to explain that. They're all cybers. So that is it for the side deck. If you want to know the linkage combo, just look at one of my old Sky Striker videos. I do have the combos on there, but I mean, I honestly enjoyed this past weekend. I mean, you guys know how I love Sky Striker, and I've always told you guys that I'm going to bring you guys like a monthly update, bi-monthly update, every ban list, everything. It's my favorite deck ever, and I'm so happy that, I mean, we went undefeated with it, so it was about time. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. Sky Striker best deck, baby. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until next time, YouTube, Kyberlord out.